My name is Sarah Jane Peter-Schlingmann. I'm the Managing Director and owner of ATECH. ATECH is a mission-critical cloud hosting provider. We deliver end-to-end services for web. We work with large corporates, government and software as a service companies, anyone for whom their websites and digital systems are mission critical. So we have a team of hyper talented technical people. We've got 18 employees. We're also bringing on a board of directors, and we have a network of contractors that we engage as well. It's really great if you've got a team of people that you can turn to make sure your business is headed in the right way and to make sure that it's being governed appropriately and risks are being managed appropriately. So I engaged Ninox Group to help me in establishing a formal governance board. Ninox Group worked with me to plan out how I would approach recruiting the board, what skills I should look for in the board, where I should find the people to be on my board, and what that board should look like in terms of the number of people on the board and how often we should meet and those sort of little details. I trusted the consultants from Ninox Group. That meant a lot to me, so that I knew I was establishing my governance board the right way, right from the start. So we've progressed down that path. Ninox Group has helped me to recruit the chair, and we've got an amazing chair on board. It gave me a great deal of confidence that I had found the right person to kick off my new governance board for ATECH. As an entrepreneur, you need to be continually reaching and finding those areas of knowledge that you don't know. So that means reading a lot of books. I'm always reading business books, and I came across a book called Scaling Up by Vern Harnish, and I went along to a Scaling Up workshop, and Bernard from Ninox Group was one of the Scaling Up coaches at that workshop. And working with Bernard during the day, he really impressed me. Just the way he thought about scaling a business was amazing. And I had my team there that day, and we achieved some amazing results, and it had a direct impact on scaling ATECH. It gives you a depth of insight into running a business and scaling a business. For me, that was invaluable. And so I knew I want to keep in contact with this guy, and I want to work with Ninox Group to scale my business. One of the reasons why I engaged Ninox Group is because I recognize I don't have a great deal of experience as a CEO. I wanted to improve how I'm running my business personally as an individual executive. I recognize that the consultants at Ninox Group, they're all experienced. They know how to be an effective CEO. So that's what I wanted. I wanted someone who could point me in the right direction, give me insights from their experience, and help me to grow into the leader that I need to be to take my business to the next level. And I've learned a lot of practical tools to implement in my business that have a genuine impact. And it's really helping us to lay the groundwork and the framework to grow the business and to scale internationally. So we want to take the ATECH brand to the global market, and we're going to start with an entry into the UK, followed by the USA. Over the next 5 to 7 years, we're growing and scaling the business, and our ultimate goal is to list on a stock exchange and do an IPO. During now and then, we will be raising capital at some point. ATECH has been bootstrapped to date. We've never had any external capital. So one of the reasons that I engaged with Ninox Group is to help us go through that process and prepare for capital raising so that we can grow and scale the business internationally. Things like accountability, financial management, doing your strategic planning and communicating that out to your team. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? It doesn't matter what industry you're in, those fundamentals are the same. And so I know that the consultants from Ninox Group, even if they're coming from a completely different industry, I knew they could help me to grow and scale the business. One of the best parts about the Scaling Up framework is the one-page strategic plan. Bernard from Ninox Group has been running strategic planning sessions with me, helping me to learn how to embed that process into the business. We're starting to get a rhythm of running quarterly strategic planning, building out our one-page strategic plan, and communicating that throughout the business. That's had an amazing impact. It's really driving results and keeping everybody focused on what do we really need to be prioritizing this quarter to achieve our goals. And those goals are not just annual, but long-term goals. And in such a short period of time, it's really transformed the business, and we're starting to move ahead in leaps and bounds. Finding somebody that actually has experience and knows what they're talking about is really valuable. And when you find someone like that, I would say if you're running a business, do it sooner rather than later. I wish I had found Ninox Group years ago, and I wish I had engaged them years ago, because the impact to the business is massive.